Oh no. What's going on, guys? It needs to shave Dex here, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm actually going to be talking about The Promised Neverland episode 1. And I think after this I'm also going to do Mob Psycho season 2 episode 1. So without further ado, let's get to it. Let me be clear, I saw the first episode with I didn't know what The Promised Neverland was. And to be honest, I think they did a really good job basically giving us volume 1 of The Promised Neverland. I've never really been a big fan of the face features because I feel like most of the children literally have the same face, if you can see from the first episode. But besides that, the story went smoothly. How I predicted, I'm like, okay, they're basically going to introduce us to this, that, then we're going to go to the climax where they introduce us to that tragic that. And then we get that heroic thing, like we're gonna leave. We gotta get out of here. So that's what I did. But I don't know if this might be the first time I noticed. Literally, the first episode tells us up until the 7th volume of the manga. Like, they literally tell us and predict and give us little foreshadows about what's gonna happen in the future. And if you don't want to listen to this, just cover your ears. I think Emma is gonna be literally the only one who survives. Hey guys, being seated as someone who's never knew about The Promised Neverland, I feel like they really did a good job. I mean, if I was getting introduced to The Promised Neverland, I would expect some action from the beginning, but instead I get, a game of tag, a game of intense tag. I feel like as someone being introduced to The Promised Neverland for the first time, they may find it, how should I say this? Not boring, but I feel like just a normal anime in the beginning until they start reaching the last 15 minutes. That's when things start to get interesting. And not only does it start getting interested from there, it keeps going. It keeps going, and I'm really loving the story so far. So, The Promised Neverland. If I never knew anything about The Promised Neverland and I started watching it today, I think I would give it a 7 out of 10. Don't get me wrong, even though it's a 7 out of 10, I feel like it does have a lot of potential, and plus it's only the first episode. So, of course, I already know what happens, but if they do it in that some way, like first manga, first episode, second manga, I would give the second episode a 9 out of 10, because that's when we start when they start discussing the plan, what they're gonna do, how are they gonna do it, and I think that's when we start. That's when we actually get introduced to a new character, but I might be wrong. I think that might come. That might happen in the third volume, but don't quote me on that. If I would be rating it as someone who actually is collecting the manga, hold on. As someone who is collecting the manga and is caught up to the manga, I haven't started reading 7, but I'm going there. I don't know, I feel like the covers are really cool, but besides the point, I would rate this a 9 out of 10 for for us Promised Neverland fans. I'm not saying that it came off weak or slow, but it's a really normal pace for a new series too. So let me know what you guys think. Is Promised Neverland really good? Is Promised Neverland in your radar, or it's not? Because I feel like right now the rates are high from the show, because those are people who actually those are actually people who have read the manga and they're like, dude, this is crazy, this is nostalgic, oh my god. But I feel like if newcomers who are going to be introduced to The Promised Neverland, I think they would rate it 3.5 stars, or just a four small percentage of stars. But that's just my opinion. If you guys have a different opinion, please let me know. I always love the feedback, and I think after this I am going to be doing a Mob Psycho episode 2. I'm just going to be reviewing Mob Psycho season 2 episode 1 after this. So this has been Dex signing